Okay, so this is Fabio Fiori, and I just finished my final project for CS292, and my application is called Recipes App, and I want to call it this way because I want to develop an application that will make recipe storage easy. So the first thing you will see when you open the application is you will see the main page here that has a menu, and you can either exit the application or manage recipes. So you can either choose to view all, which contains all of the functionalities of the application, but also you can add new. So let's first start with new, which is also included within the view all. So the thing you will see is a new form that will let you add a new recipe. And if you start here, you have to first add a title. So if you click here, this is just input validation. You'll say please enter title. So for example, say let's put soup in. If you want ingredients, you go here and say, oh, please enter ingredients. If you click the button, it has to have all the information entered. So you just put whatever you want. And then here, directions, it will say please enter directions. And finally, the tag, please enter a tag, so it could be healthy. So once you add it, it'll say recipe added, and then you close. So now let's go to view all, which again contains all the functionality of the application. So once you open the form, you will see on the left hand side, you will see the list box that has all the recipe titles, and then you can select a recipe and perform some functionalities, some actions on the right hand side. And then also here you can close the form. So the first thing that I want to cover is the searching part. So right here, as you can see, you have two options for searching. So the first one is search by title, search by tag. So if you click the radio buttons, you can choose. You can do either or, but you can do both, of course. So let's start with search by title. If you click here, of course, it will tell you please enter title. This is just simple validation, but I want to show it to you. For example, if you put something that is a title that is not contained within the database, it will say recipe not found. It will not display anything. But for example, we have lasagna. If you click that, it will show the recipe title. So now if you want to do by tag also, you can choose, for example, gluten-free, and it will display, oh, actually recipe not found. So it means that we don't have any recipes with this tag. So for example, let's say the one we previously added had a healthy tag. So let's go here, and look, it has soup and lentil bean soup. Okay, so the second part you want to do, okay, I want to redisplay all the recipes available. So how do you do that? You click view all, and as you can see, it will display all the recipes again. So next, we already covered add, but it's basically the same thing that you saw previously in the main page. So if you click add, it will just show the same exact thing. You see exact functionalities. So we won't cover that again. It's just a way of having just adding a quick recipe right away, right here, or just go to the main the view all recipes and then do that as well here. Okay, so the second part that I want to cover is the edit part. So for example, we have lasagna, and say we want to edit the content of the recipe. So if you click edit right here, it will show all the information about lasagna, but as you can see, you cannot change the title. And why is that? That's because the key in the database is actually the title. So every recipe has to have a unique title. So for example, if you accidentally put the same title as hummus wrap, then it would be really confusing. Like, which hummus wrap did you're gonna have two hummus wraps, so recipes. So to prevent that, I made the title as the key. But you can still add modify ingredients and directions in the tag. So what you can do is, for example, let's say tomato sauce, and then you click update, recipe updated. Of course, if you for example you do this, it will still give you input validation, just like the adding part. Please enter ingredients. Then if you do this again, it will say please enter directions, and for this one, same thing, please enter tag. So, but in this case, we don't need to. So we can update it again, close it. Then if you go back, let's say lasagna. So now, how do we view one recipe? We can view one recipe, or the recipe information, by clicking on display. So if you click here, you will see the title, lasagna, ingredients, and then tomato sauce. It just for some reason cropped this part, but it still shows that this has been modified. And then directions and tags. So it will show all the recipe information within this box. So you close it. So the next thing is delete. So we created this recipe previously, and but it doesn't really have anything important, because if you can see, it just has a bunch of characters here, but not useful information. So you want to delete it. How do we delete it? Just click this button, and it will say deleting. The recipe will just permanently remove the data. So you want to continue and say okay, sure. If you click no, it won't do anything. It would just tell you that there was an error deleting this recipe. But if you delete it, it will be gone. As you can see, I'll say recipe deleted, and this it won't be shown in the list box. So what do we have left? We have print and upload. For print, for example, you want to print hummus wrap. Click print, and it will give you a print preview. And if you zoom in enough, you will see right here. You'll see the hummus wrap content that you can print out. Of course, I won't be able to show you the actual printed page or the printed result, but if you click this button, it will print this content right here. So if you close this, now we have the last thing we want to cover. Actually, I have two more things to cover. So the first thing is upload. And what does upload do? Basically, I wanted to add one more feature along with adding, modifying, deleting, and that was to be able to add multiple recipes at once instead of adding one at a time. Because if you do this, if you use the add, it only adds one recipe at a time. So right here on the desktop, I have a text file that has 3 recipes. And again, I want to emphasize this. In order to upload recipes, the text file has to be formatted in this way. So it has to have, the first line should be title, then ingredients right here, and then the directions and tag, and then a space, empty line, then it's going to have the next recipe, empty line is going to have the next recipe. So let's see, we have chicken noodles, pizza, and stir fry. So if I click upload, you open dialog, and you can choose whichever file you want. Right now I have this file right here. So if you click open, right here, it just added the recipes to the database, and also displayed the new recipes in the list box. So you have chicken noodles, you have pizza, and stir fry. As you can see, it's same as what we have here: chicken noodles, pizza, and stir fry. So if you open chicken noodles, you display it, you have the same data. So chicken noodles, same ingredients, same directions, and same tag. So we're done with the view all. So if you close this, remember we originally had hummus wrap, lasagna, lentil bean soup. So right now we have 3 more recipes. So if you close this and then you try to exit the application, it will say, would you like to save the recipes? And this is very useful if you want to save these recipes and then come back later on and extract them back from the text file. So if you click yes, if you click no, nothing will happen. The recipes will not be saved. But if you click yes, it will ask you, okay, where do you want to save this? So right here, you can go here and you can just say, okay, I want to save recipes, like say, let's call them saved, saved recipes.txt. So if you click this and then if you click the save and then you put your file name in and you click save, it will close the application, of course, and will also generate the file you named. So if you click here, look here, you have all your recipes stored in the same format. So chicken noodles, hummus wrap, lasagna, lentil bean soup, pizza, and stir fry. So right here you have all the recipes stored. What can you do with this? Again, you can reopen up the application and actually upload these recipes to the application. So that's a very useful feature, and I think that covers everything. So I hope I covered all the requirements for this project. I'm pretty sure I did, but it looks like it's working smoothly. So thank you.